Hi guys, my name's Jen and I'm bringing you guys my first video, which is about how I got into nursing school. So I hope you enjoy. So starting off, I'm going to the University of Toronto. I actually got accepted into 3 other schools. I only applied to 3, so I got accepted into every one, which is great. I also got into the University of British Columbia and Western University. So you should be familiar with those if you live in Canada. They're pretty big universities and well known. So yeah, they're all 2-year programs. So I was looking for the accelerated program because I already have a degree. So I'll talk to you a little bit about my other degree actually. So before U of T, I attended Queen's University, and when I entered Queen's, I really had no idea what I wanted to go into. I decided to major in health studies because I was always interested in health and nutrition, and health studies was about health promotion, policy, some human sciences, research, and I just thought it'd be interesting, and I don't regret that choice whatsoever. And also, since I majored in health studies, I actually completed another degree, or I guess certificate. It was a certificate in business. They're all commerce level courses, so I took a bunch of business courses, like the fundamental areas of business, like accounting, finance, like marketing, all of those. So I have a little bit of business background to me, and I love business as well. It was my second choice if I didn't get into nursing, or like I wanted to pursue my MBA. But I decided that nursing would open up a lot of career paths for me, and I really love the profession, so I'm very excited. So tip number 1, if you're like me and you're already in university for a different degree, don't think getting into nursing school is impossible or that you have to do 4 years of school. I'm not exactly sure how it works in the States, but in Canada, they have both 4-year university programs and 2-year university programs. So the 2-year university programs, you have to have a bunch of prerequisites. Like before I got into U of T, I had to have anatomy, physiology, statistics. I had to have social sciences, some life sciences. It's all different according to which university you're attending. Some will want microbiology, some will not want microbiology. It all depends. So definitely look at which schools. For what I did, I looked at which schools had similar requirements for the courses you had to have prior to entry, just so I didn't have to do a bunch of courses for one school that I didn't even want to go into anyways. So UBC, Western, and U of T all had similar prerequisites, so I was like, great. And at first, before I got accepted, I was really nervous that I wasn't even going to get in, because I was like, I only applied to 3, like my friend applied to 7 nursing schools, no, I'm screwed, all these things. But don't worry, if you put the effort in, you'll get in and you'll soon become a nurse. Also, this is not for all nursing schools. This was only for one of the schools out of 3 that I applied to. They required me to write the Casper test. Now, you're probably thinking, what the heck is a Casper test? I was thinking that. I was like, I've never heard of this before. Casper the Friendly Ghost? Is that a test? Wow, great. I'm not gonna ace that. No. Casper is a personality test. So basically what happens is they give you ethical scenarios usually for a few minutes, and then they'll ask you a bunch of questions about the scenario. So you really have to pay attention to what's happening. You have 5 minutes, is it 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes to answer 3 questions, and they'll count down. And you have to type as much as you can in those 5 minutes, because after they end, they'll switch you to the next question. And you're doing this for over an hour, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember. And it is stressful. You cannot let a word from that scenario slip, because it could throw you off, and you won't even know what you're talking about. But you technically... Well, they say you don't have to study, you don't have to study, you have to study. You have to study for everything. If you want to be prepared, you study. And it's not, this Casper test, it's not studying as in, I had to memorize all these things, all these ethical laws and stuff. No. You just have to study how to answer the questions. So they'll give you some examples on the Casper website. of certain scenarios that have been given in the past and what good responses are, and you just practice. You put that timer on, you write as fast as you can, and then once you start writing things, you'll notice that like similar questions will come up on the actual exam. So if you're prepared of like certain like things in your mind that you want to say during that test, then it's great. It's just like word vomit onto the test. So honestly, practice makes perfect for Casper. I ended up getting, I think, in the first percentile for Casper. I'm pretty sure everyone who got into UBC, like straight acceptances, got some of the top percentile, probably top percentile for each category, which was Casper, obviously GPA, and like extracurriculars and references and stuff like that. So yeah, so definitely practice. Do not leave that to last minute. Trust me, they really look at it because they want to see how you will be as you're, like, they don't know you. They used to have actual interviews in person where you would have to go to UBC, they would sit you down, they would interview you in person, but trust me, Casper is way better. Thank God I don't have to do that because I get nervous on interviews and I'd much rather prefer Casper. So Casper is a great option, and if you know and you're prepared, you'll do great. So yes, study for Casper. Tip number 4 is embrace the waiting game. What's the waiting game? Well, applying to nursing and getting in is a long, stressful process. It takes forever from the time you apply to the time you hear back if you got in. Oh my gosh, I felt like it was like 8 months of me like working on my applications and like getting all my documents together, submitting it, waiting around, checking my email obsessively every single day of the week. Nursing takes a while, so if you're patient and you know that you're probably not going to get accepted until April, May, June. Some people even get accepted into August if they get on the waiting list. Like, I received all my acceptances in late April, which is pretty early. I think I received one in like May though, I'm pretty sure. But embrace the waiting game, okay? You're not gonna get accepted right away, and you gotta wait around. Okay, my last tip for you guys, last but not least, is use nursing forums. Okay, nursing forums can be good and bad, because for me, when I was on the nursing forums, it was titled Ontario Second Entry Nursing 2019, because my classes, well, we're going into 2019 of the school year anyways. So it was a good and bad because I would obsessively check those forums every single day. I would refresh, and it's great because people who have questions and answer them that I didn't really know about, I would learn about that, so it would be great. And however, when people got accepted, like right off the bat, like as soon as UFT opened their acceptances and some people got in, I was like, oh my god, I haven't heard back, even though it's the first day. I'm gonna not get in. Oh no, like I'm gonna look like an idiot, even though you're not an idiot if you don't get in nursing school. Yeah. So don't worry. Okay, if you see that happening in the forums, everyone has their own time. Some people get accepted right away. Some people don't get accepted at the very end of summer because they're on the wait list. And you know what? Everyone entering that program is equal. Like, you go into it and you're all equal, you know what I mean? No one gets a privilege, and everyone's going to become a nurse eventually at the end of the program if they stick it through. So don't worry, and try not to compare yourself. I know it's hard too, and I'm crazy when it comes to that, but yeah, just try and be calm and just go on those forums to look for tips and tricks. For example, like what people are putting on their personal statements and what they're not including and how they're like laying it out. Those are great tips, and you can even, honestly, I actually found my housemates on there. Like, we all got accepted on the same day, so we're like, oh my god, I just got accepted, and they're like, me too, and then, like, one girl's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna join the Facebook page, like, I'm looking for a roommate, and then, like, I'm like, I am too, and then, like, and that's how I found my roommates. So the forums are really helpful, and it's allnurses.com or .ca, one of those two, and even if it's not related to getting into the direct program you're applying to, they just have great general nursing questions. So, girl, boy, use the nursing forums. They're a great tool and they'll help you a lot in the process.